Boom, and we're live. Hey everybody. Alright, first before we start, let me just check with you guys and see how's the sound. How do I sound? The music too loud? Am I coming into, like, is the sound clear? Just tell me. Well, the internet is fine. That is okay. Sound is fine. Sound is good. Awesome! Finally, for the last 3 days, like last, like what was it, Tuesday, when I was supposed to have the stream go live, that's when my internet went to crap. An hour later, my internet was just like cut out. Yesterday, the whole day, I had no internet. Today, there was no internet, and like a couple of hours ago is when they finally fixed the issue. So we're back. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Anyways, we're back to our small micro apartment to finally finish up this thing. And the only thing that I've actually done out of live stream is over here where we had the what was it called? The mattress here. What I did is I actually went ahead and created this bedding inside of Marvelous Designer. So we have something that looks more like a bed instead of just having that mattress. And the crappy thing about when I thought about it is if I try to do this thing on live, my computer is going to self-emulate because well, the CPU like power it needs to like do all of these calculations is really high, and when I'm streaming I'm like spending some CPU like power to stream. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like go in and do this thing as a tutorial on their own. So yeah, the reason why it looks weird is because I've actually just pulled them in a bit. You can actually see where I pinched them both, so it's kind of yeah, but still it's better than having just nothing in there. So we have this thing just as a placeholder for now, if nothing else. All right, I haven't changed anything else. This is everything that we've done so far. So now I actually finally managed to check my Discord. I saw Sarah posted an idea for the next stream, modeling the friend's apartment, which might be an interesting thing to do, but we'll see. The good thing is that it actually does have the layout for the apartments, so that can help. And there was another idea about a cafe with bicycle concept. You can model pretty much anything from a bicycle, like seats for chairs, tables, from tubes, etc. Yeah, that can be interesting as well. So for now, I just want to finish up the thing that we had here. And like I said, I really like this idea to basically change the bed that we have in here. Like this is okay for doing it like for as a placeholder for now, but now we just want to have something in. And for the next stream, from what I saw, where people gave their like thoughts about the next topic, is probably gonna end up being something like a modern apartment, but the modern apartment is gonna be with Oriental look. So it's basically gonna it's going to have all of the ideas come from feudal Japanese culture. So we're gonna have to do some like research and see how we can approach that sort of a design. Anyways, let me focus on finishing up this thing now first. Let's go with micro apartment and open up. Where is this thing? All right, it's this thing. Okay, so size-wise, it can actually be this same size. It doesn't really matter. So let's just check this thing, see how it's the measure. It's on the Y, it's 220. Alright, so 220 is not bad. So let's go with something like that for save and open up a new scene and build it in there. Oh, come on. Go new scene. And in here, GGG. Let's go with 220. This can be, I don't know, whatever. 20, this can be whatever, 50. This is just a placeholder, so the length of this thing is going to be that big. So let's try and see what is the size for a common sofa. So let me just check. Go. Okay. Sofa. No measurements, no dimension. Images. Okay, this should help. Couldn't they make it smaller? Alright, so the thing is 900. It's about a meter. Yeah, 900 is fine. Okay, so 900. That means it's gonna be 90. It is 220, 90, and the height is really not that important because the height will be defined by this thing, but we can just see how tall this thing is supposed to be back here. So the tall about 850 from the bottom to here. All right, so 85 centimeters. Go with 85. Okay, so this can be used, there we go, as the placeholder for this sofa. Awesome. All right, so this modular thing, let me see, what does it have? This is not too complicated. So it has one piece, two pieces, so all right, put this thing over here and let's start doing some of those divisions. Actually, I want to get one more copy of this thing, and this I'm going to name placeholder and put it in its own layer. PL placeholder. Okay, now I can work with this. Call this sofa. Edit poly, and let's start making the divisions in this thing. All right, let me just check what's the height for the seat. The seat does not show it. All right, it should be here then, in inches. Okay, nobody likes inches. Centimeters, much better. That's about 40 centimeters or 16 inches. This thing says about, yeah, 40 centimeters. Yeah, 40 centimeters should be nice for there. So just so I make it easier. Okay. Back to doing it here. And now 40 centimeters. Okay. Now add in one edge over here, snap it to the 40. So now I know exactly where the seat for this thing is supposed to be. I'm going to delete this, no longer need it. And now connect two segments, not slide, but pinch them away from each other until I get it to something maybe like 75. There we go. Eyeballing this thing, yeah, it looks kind of okay. All right. Probably around, yeah, like this. All right, cool. So now next thing I want to do is start by selecting this and this, delete, get these and make them snap over here. Weld those two. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm actually not gonna do that one. All right, weld, weld, and bridge. Okay, so I have this, and the reason why I didn't actually do this as well is when I take a look at this piece, I can actually see that this has multiple elements to it. So we're gonna have to do some extra modeling on it. So this means that I'm gonna have to take this whole piece down here, like so, and detach it, and treat it as a separate element. And now this one I'm gonna do is get all of these bridged together. I can probably get away with doing just half and do the symmetrical thing on the other side, but it's just a couple of steps on one read to do that. Alright, so like this, we have the block out phase for the top one. Now, what I want to do is anti-isolate, select this piece now, alright, and this one is actually now divided into multiple elements. So this whole thing, I will need to have that thing go all the back then. Come to think of it though. So deselect those, snap it there. Alright, weld. Alright, cap this. Connect those two and these two. Alright, so I have that thing, but now I need to do is go in here. I'm trying to get this element in, so what I'm gonna do here is just do one connect, move it downwards, so slide it maybe like 25%. Okay, and now in here go in with the connect, two connections, and pinch them in a bit, maybe like 10, like this. Alright, cool. So now what this does, it's going to give me the ability to go in and separate all of these as separate elements. So let's go ahead and do that. Select that edge, and this edge, that, and that, and detach. And let's, alright, this is fine. And I also want to select this whole thing, detach this as well. So what I have left is this element, and now I want to cap this. And once we're finished with the boxing out, then we're just gonna have to go in and add in the extra edges to make sure we hold that turbo smoothing edging. There you go. Bridge, bridge, and bridge. Okay, got this element in. Just so it's easier, so I know what the hell I'm seeing, I'm gonna start changing these colors. Alright, so that is one color. This is gonna be a different color. This is gonna be a different color. Alright, cool. Now let's cap these. So bridge, bridge, cap, cap, cap these. Alright, and the isolate. Okay, cool. Now, before I actually go ahead and do anything else, what I want to do is I want to basically make a polygon that is going to be this piece over here. So it goes all across the form here, and it's going to be not that hard to do. All I got to do is just go in here, create a line. Down here to here. Now, hoping that there is no problem. Yeah, no problem, because everything got snapped on the front side. So with this, what I'm gonna do is, oh, this thing actually goes down. Okay. So if I go, yeah, this is not gonna do it that way. So I'm gonna have to extrude this. Alright, flip it around, add it, flip around like this. Awesome. Now I'm going to need some thickness to it, so a shell. Make sure that we have our straighten corners on. Alright, this can go either the outside or the inner side. And now it's really going to depend on whether we go inside or outside, how our turbo smoothing is going to be done. So now once we actually start putting in the turbo smooth, we're going to see how we're going to get a bit of a gap in between all of these elements. So let me just save first, because sometimes Max likes to crash, and if in this case, if it crashes, I don't want to have to do the blocking phase all over again. Call this modular sofa. Okay, cool. Let's start with this one, the big one. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and just so I know I have this same thing on both sides, I'm gonna go in there with the edge selection. Now if I put in one here, nope, I have to work on this side then. One in here, yep, gets put there, one in there, another one here, here. And the great thing about this is that now I can further control everything by just moving all of these edges. That is going to allow me to choose. Alright, so on top of here, yep, I'm missing an edge over here then. Okay, one in there. Alright, cool. So now I just want to make a couple of changes to this. Namely, if I take a look at my reference image, I can see that I have this slight rounding here. And the easiest way to do that is just go in here with what we have selected and just move these two lines apart from each other. So show the cage, so put it down, move this thing downwards. So, and we get that nice rounding up here. There we go. Do the same thing in here by moving this edge to the side. There we go. So we get that nice curve there. Drop in one more turbo smooth on top of here, so we get this look, which is more or less what we have in here. Let's check the corners if they're sharp enough. Alright, I can actually make these things a bit closer to the edge, so I don't get that sharpening or rounding effect, like that. Okay, one question, what the hell is... Oh yeah, that's the... Is it though? Would I have this thing so low? Okay. I can actually control how... Alright, it's fine. It can stay like this. I'm okay with that. Alright, so I think this is alright. How often do you crash max? So far, what we've managed to do is get at least one crash every single stream I've done. So yeah, if that explains how much max crashes on me, I don't know what else does. Let's just select this. There we go. Okay, I think I'm okay with how this thing looks for the top. Now, let's get it on the same thing for the rest of these. So that's fine. So turbo smooth on top of here. Looks like crap, but it's fine. Symmetry on. Now, let's start adding in some extra edges and see if this is the right side. Yep, this is the right side, so I have to just do one of these. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Those three are going to work just fine over there. Over here. One in there. Go in with show. Okay, show me. All right, this edge over here. All right, turbo smooth with 2 iterations, so we get the same consistency and density of the mesh. And there we go. Like I said, we're gonna get this nice division in here. It's gonna look more or less like what we have in here as it changes. So now next, let's do this. All right, cap both of these, connect in here, add in the extra edges. Boom, 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 boom. This thing is not needed. Get the back as well. Turbo smooth on. 2 iterations, and I'm missing an edge over here. And of course, it's going to be way too sharp. So let's get that thing fixed. Move that edge downwards. Move this backwards. Move the same thing up. All right, cool. And move the ones in the corners. I'm okay with this. Could probably get this thing with the symmetry, but then again, meh. All right, cool. For this one though, now when it goes back, this will need to have a bit of a tweak to it, but nothing too major. It's probably going to end up being on the outside though. It's going to be outer mount 1 and inner mount 0, which will mean I'm going to have to move some edges in here, but it's not going to be a problem. So for now, I'm just going to get this thing back and just finish up this last piece in here with, I'm going to put a symmetry on that. So now when I go in, put something in here, yeah, it's going to do the same thing on both sides. So one there, 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 there. right. Symmetry and turbo smooth. Boom. Okay, we can work with this. Alright, so we have the base on this thing. Now I need to make it so that this thing is following what I'm seeing in here. So it needs to go a bit up on top of this. So let me just make it so that the size is right, like this. And go with the extrude, control this extrude. Like this. So 65, awesome. Nice round number. Oh crap, this thing goes downwards as well. Alright. Let's go ahead then and do this. On top of the shell, let it poly. Go down, go across. Like this. Now, snap this thing over here. Snap it there. Extrude this thing downwards. And snap it there. Alright, cool. Now what I want to do is get this thing to go across as well. There we go. What is that knocking sound? God. There you go. Delete that one. Seriously, somebody's chopping wood? Alright, so for this one, I actually do want to have symmetry on. Flip it around though, so just so I don't have to do it on both sides. That's fine. And now in here, what I want to do is I want to chamfer this. Right with 3 centimeters and a couple of divisions like this one. That will give me that nice roundness that I'm seeing in here. And I have to do the same thing on a couple of these corners as well. So in here, do the chamfer again. Let me see how it's gonna look if I do it here. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare to clean up. Let's see. Oh yeah, it had to be a lot smaller. Nah, not even gonna bother with that nightmare. Okay, so the easiest way to do this without actually having to go in and doing all of the support edges is first I'm gonna try and do it with the help of a smoothing group. So the way that we're gonna do that is by angle, let's try 10, select that one and that one, give them in their own individual smoothing group, then follow along with this and this one. I'm actually going to take all the ones at the bottom as well because they're not touching. They can have the same smoothing group. They're going to screw up anything. You get the ones in here as well. Alright, get all of them one smoothing group. This guy here can have its own. Okay. And go 1, 2, 3. Damn it. 3 and 4. Okay. Alright, so now turbo smooth on by smoothing groups. And of course everything is going to be fine except with the corners in here, because the corners have a problem. That problem being that these guys... Oh, wait a second. What if I go and do this? Okay. That will give me that similar look that I see in there, but it's way too pronounced. So what if we go and just do this? Pop it in there. Anyways, that's gonna screw up the smoothing groups that I didn't. Nope, they just fixed it. Cool. So let's do the same thing over here. Boom, that's gonna hold it right. Corners are fine. A bit sharp, but we can get away with that by just adding in one and another turbo smooth on top of it. But ooh, hell no. Well, this is the quick way. If I get particularly fussy about how this thing looks and I want to make it so it's a bit more rounded, I can probably go in and add the extra edges and get this thing to just smooth properly with turbo smooth, but for now I'm just okay with that. I want to get this a bit raised up so it's similar to what we are seeing here. So go in, leave it like that. Okay, now in here let's do a bit of cleanup. I want to select everything and I scale it inward so it's not touching the walls anymore, like this. Yeah, it's fine. It's no longer touching. Symmetry on, so select all of these guys and move them back. Since we have symmetry, it's translating well on the other side. That is okay, no problems whatsoever. Move it upwards in here. There we go, cool. Move this thing back. All right, cool. It's no longer intersecting. All right, cool. Now let's just quickly fix this one as well. Move it in. Move it in. Move it down. Alright, cool. So now what we can do is, well, first let me just save. What this does is, if I take it out like this, I can get both of these out in here, move them up, and you can use it as a table, which is more or less what I see in here. Probably should have made it a bit thicker though, but yeah, whatever. We're not following a given like size, so we're just eyeballing this thing. But for some reason, if you want to use this thing and like you want to make something similar for your projects, just change the thickness to it and it will work. Let me just check something. We'll see how. Will this thing go around well? 1, 2, 3. It kind of bothers me a bit that it's too sharp, and it's not something that's going to take too much time to fix. Just add in some extra edges. Alright, it's fine like that. 1, one in there, another one in there. Alright, let's check the turbo smooth without the smoothing groups now. There we go. Much rounder edges, not so sharp. Everything is fixed. And the isolate. And let's give them all a different color. So something like this. This can have a different connotation to it. Alright, so now if I take a look at this, the geometry is fine for this. And the great thing about using something like this is now that if I want to do the unwrapping, since all of these elements are boxes, I can get away by doing just a simple UV map with a box, and it's gonna fix this thing more or less. But if I want to get a proper unwrapping, then I'm gonna have to properly unwrap this thing, like all things. So let me save. How do you add those looped edges super fast? The way to add the edges is you select anything that you have edit poly on top. You go over in the modeling, and with here you have this swift loop option. I do have a video about how to set up your shortcuts. So just get it on a shortcut, and every time you click on swift loop, it will give you the ability to put a loop anywhere you have a running edge loop. So that is how I add those loops. Alright, so save this. The size is fine. Now get back to our micro apartment. Come on, open up. Now let me just get my Twitch, micro apartment, and modular sofa. Merge the file. Boom. Hey. We don't need you. Alright, where is my... Alright, it's here. Alright, get this thing in there. So, sofa, mod sofa 02. So modular sofa, mod sofa 03, modular sofa 04, 05. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, I got those things in. Let me just put them in the furniture. I'm just gonna create a new layer for this sofa and get the sofa into the furniture like so. Get this sofa out of the way, get this one as a group, rotate around 90 degrees, alright, open up that sofa and just get all of these elements something more in line with what I have here with the gray, so it's not sticking out that much. Alright, now close it. Do I want to get it closer to the edge or not? Okay. It's fine. Now, I want to open this thing up, and let's just get these guys out of the sofa, maybe like this. Move this thing upwards. We got enough space to move in, sit down. That's fine. Now close. All right, we got that sofa in, so now we can proceed to adding in different stuff. What we need now is for the kitchen to put in something like the cooker up here, and there was something else down here. So let's see, what was it? Let me check. And Twitch ideas thing. Alright, folder for the micro apartment, reference images. Where's the kitchen? The kitchen, the kitchen. Of course. Similar to something like this. So we need to have something like this in here, and then put something up here. All right, this is easy. I'm gonna need something like that for this project and then future projects. So let's just create one that's inevitable. It's gonna be reused a couple of times, so it's fine. Okay. You guys have any requests for a particular one that we should create, or anything goes? Call this kitchen stove images. I don't need a full-fledged stove, I just need the top part. So I need a different oven. So this, you can use something like this for the oven, and then a different element for what we have up on top. All right, so something like this would actually be very fast to add. I just create that thing really easy. All right, so get both of these so I know exactly how big this thing should be. Go from box from there to there. So it should go inwards. Alright, so edit poly. Move this thing all the way maybe to here. This thing can snap in there. Alright, cool. So I have the place where I need to start doing stuff. So this is basically just one cut in here. Let's make the division before we start doing anything else then. Alright, so snap that thing is fine. First, I'm gonna get this thing out of the way, so it's gonna be the top in there. And now inset. Oh, actually before I do that, I'm going to detach the front as a clone and then isolate just this thing. So inset, the inset should be maybe like 2 centimeters. Okay, go extrude. There we go, something like this, almost to the back. And we have the cavity for this thing. And just so I have those detach as a clone, this middle piece in here, which is the bar for it. I'm gonna select this, cut it back like that, and why not just get it like this, connect. Yeah, something like this. Alright, cool. Select. Well, you know what? Alright, like this. Select the two on the front. Create shape from selection. Linear, doesn't matter. Now select another one formed out of these. Create shape from selection again. And now I can delete the actual polygon, get this thing renderable, make it a 0.3 maybe, or 0.5. Make this thing renderable, 0.45. And this way, the one on the front will not be overlapped by the ones that are in the middle. So get this and this, give them a different color, like so, and get one more in here. And we can name these grills, or do whatever we want with them. Alright, so once I have the grill, I do want to get this thing to be able to be used with Turbo Smooth. So let's go in and add in those extra edges. One in here, one in here. It's gonna crawl across, well, in here, one in there, one in there. We do want this thing to be sharp. The back here is well enough. Maybe one more in here. Drop in a symmetry. Do I really need a symmetry in here? Nope. Yep, I do need the symmetry. It's gonna fix that thing. Turbo Smooth on. I need one at the back, which is fairly visible. Alright, everything's fine there now. No issues anywhere, everything is clean. Yeah, so Turbo Smooth, 2 iterations. It's really gonna get everything straightened up. And de-isolate, it's fine. I do have the front in here. That's cool. Now for the front, I actually do want to get a different color so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, cool. Now, this is what I want to do here for this one. I'm gonna take this thing and inset it for maybe, let's say, like 5 centimeters. Come on. Now delete this top part and snap this all the way back. Let's do it like this, so I'm 100% sure it's snapped in here. Okay. And now this is going to be, the middle part is going to be the glass portion of this element. And the rest is going to be this metallic portion. So let's go ahead and detach this thing as the glass. Oven glass. Get the thing this as a shell. 1 centimeter is fine. Just so I'm sure. Yeah. I'm okay with this thing going on the outside, because honestly though, this thing has something I want to take. Oh. And that is this element in here. Just draw it once and detach as a clone. Alright. And de-isolate both of the... Ah, damn it. Alright, so like this. Select those, not needed. Control backspace. The wrong one I chose. Backspace. Delete, delete. Oh, what the hell is this? Really? Okay. What is this? Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Alright, so weld this. Much better now. Hey Ed. Hey Leo. Alright, so for the reason why I actually made this is what I'm seeing here is that I have this digital piece. So instead of going and doing it on the actual frame, it's easier for me just to make it like this. Give it 1 centimeter, and now we can work on doing it over here by just going in and inserting it, maybe something like 2 centimeters. Now scale this thing inwards like so. So I get it in there like that. Extrude inwards as such. And now what we can do is I can apply a texture to the inside of this piece to get the readings in here, unless we want to go really detailed and go in and create the buttons and stuff. And I don't want to do that now because there's no need for it. So once we have that texture in there, what we can do is detach this as a clone, and just so we make it a bit more interesting, we take this piece we just detached, put it here, put it up here, make this thing glass with a shell, very slight shell, about 0.2. There we go. So now we're gonna have some glass in here, and we're gonna have a texture on the back driving that look in that thing, and everything's gonna be fine. There's not gonna be any issues whatsoever. So for this, I'm gonna go and put a darker color. This thing is gonna have a brighter color. There we go. That's gonna do well. Let's go add a turbo smooth by smoothing groups. It's gonna be crap, so I'm gonna have to do some edging in here. I'm gonna cut across there and there, there. Don't need that one. Now let's go ahead and do something else. In here, I remove this turbo smooth for now. So go add a symmetry, flip it around. One more symmetry on the Z-axis this time, or actually the Y. Really? It's really looking weird for now, but it's no problem. Alright, let's try to fix what the hell is going on here. We don't need that middle piece. I think I know what the problem is. Just way too clipping it through it. There we go. No longer have that issue. So now snap over there. Snap in here. Well then, let's do the same thing with the symmetry one time. Flip it around, symmetry on the Y. Alright, now so that's fixed. Edit poly. Remove that mid piece again and just get this thing across. Like that. all the way down, snap, cut from there to there. Of course, you're not going to want to cut from there to there, so you're going to cut from here to here, because who needs logic? If you can go from point A to point B, always go from point B to point A, because that somehow makes logic. Okay, boom, boom. How many more boxes I'm gonna have to model today? Okay. This is one of those minor places where you add detail that is probably never going to be seen, but then you spend a lot of time doing it and then nobody sees it, but it's just one of those things. So we'll go symmetry on the Y, flip it around, turbo smooth. Alright, somebody asked me previously how many times Max crashes. I said at least once per stream. Well, it just happened. Okay. It only took it 1 hour. I'm fine, I don't care. Last time I said stuff when Max crashed, YouTube decided to flag my video for obscenity and bad words and I don't know what. So they said it's not user friendly. So I'm just gonna keep it to myself. And once this stream ends, I'm gonna go and share some words with Max in private. It's gonna be very user unfriendly. Okay, recover. Well, the good thing about Max crashing in this manner is... Really? You know what? I'm not doing this. No. Not gonna redo that thing again. Especially not for something as mundane as that thing. Alright, so we'll fix it the other way. For now, let's just add in these guys. With the shell, move it downwards a bit. Go with the chamfer then. Well, 0.1. That will work as well. Tension 0.5. There we go. Yeah, you're gonna get the same deal. So you're gonna get copied over to here, paste. There we go. That's gonna give me that beetle light that I want. Yeah, that's enough. Alright, let me see. Where's my thing? Alright, it's here. You know what? I think that this thing is a bit too small, so I might need to fix it. So I'm gonna go in and move this thing on the Y. -4, let's try 5. Alright, in here, on the Y by +5, and in here on the Z -5. Positive. All right. All right, let's do the same thing over here again. So -5. +5. And +5. All right, cool. Put a shell. 0.5. All right, that's fine. Oh, okay, it's fine. That's okay. I thought something else was happening there, but it's fine. So now this is gonna get that darker color. This thing is gonna get brighter color. And the only thing that I'm missing here is this piece here, which is used to open up this piece. Down, up, faced. Yeah, that's gonna be a chamfer. Oh, Alright, I just noticed something. This thing is going all the way down to the bottom, and in here I can actually see that there is a lip over here. It's probably how it's supposed to be made, because this thing should not be like all the way down, because if you have it all the way down, you won't be able to open it. Which means that this goddamn thing should have had one more element down here. So what I need to do is backtrack on top of here, select this thing, move it all the way down here, clone as an element, that's fine. So now when this thing is chamfered, it's going to have that lip down, and that in turn will mean that I can move this thing up. How high is this thing going to have to be moved? About 10 centimeters. Yep. So it's going to go up on the Z about 10. And that means I'm going to have to go and do the same thing everywhere. So go in here, select this thing, move it to 10 on the Z. Don't you dare crash one more time. There we go. Now select this. Get all of these elements up here. Z up 10. Alright, cool. I have one on the inner side. Of course, this thing's gonna need. Nah, I'm not gonna do that thing now. So make it 10. There we go. What do I have here? I have that gray color. All right, this box can have that same chamfer, the previous one. So now when I isolate, all right, so just get that thing and this thing to go a bit higher. All right, starting to look like something. All right, let's just add in that handle here in the middle. So go box, like this. It's fine. I want to align this center to center. X, Y, Z. It's fine. Okay. Put it up to here. Now let's make it so it's maybe like 3 centimeters. It's fine. Pull it backwards. Edit poly. I want to work just on one side, so make it a symmetry one. So now if I go in here, of course it's going to be the other side. You know what? It's not going to be the other side. It's going to flip. All right, there we go. Extrude. There we go. Get this thing and move it in the middle. So in the modeling, just set flow. There we go. One in there, one in there. Make this thing set flow. Actually, it is in the middle. I have to make it like this, or not, just leave it on. So that means this is not needed. Hey Lucian, back from a long pause in 3D. What made you come back? Usually people that leave 3D don't actually come back. You work in 3D up until a point where you just start going like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then people go in and start doing other stuff. It's very, very rarely that you see somebody that started doing 3D and came back to it. Alright, delete this. Connect 2 segments, bench them apart like this, and then go and do something like doom, 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 and then doom, doom, doom. Get both of these deleted, out, and alright, that's fine. So now another symmetry on top of here would work well if I go and do it up here. Turbo smooth. Boom. Alright, that works well. Okay, let's... No, I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with how thick this thing is, so I'm gonna make it thinner. And this thing, again, not happy with how it's rounding up. Come on. Nah, just leave it like this. Alright, it's a small thing, but nonetheless. And hey, we got ourselves an oven. And now it's too thin. Whatever. Just, God damn it. Don't be too thin, don't be too thick. Just be what you need to be. Alright, so let's Alright, time to get some. Do it like this. Can go to grill, mesh, attach this, and this. And the isolate is fine. Get that thing, this thing, inner piece, outer piece. Alright, so this is the thing. I want to select it all, group it as the oven. Alright. Alright, I was busy with work. Work went to SolidWorks, of course. Next I went to web design, few side projects, made me come back to 3D. Not bad, not bad. When you go into SolidWorks and you start doing CAD, that can kind of kill your love for 3D, because that's not a very creative job. It's a much more engineering job. But if you happen to love doing engineering work, then, well, you're not going to lose your love for 3D. Speaking of Blender, have you ever used it? You have used it? Okay, let me clarify. I have tried it. I have not used it. I happen to think highly of Blender. Like, they're doing some amazing work. But the moment when I clicked on my left click, and I had to like right click to select, then the left click was just for something else, and then everything was just like counterintuitive. I was like, no, this is not the software for me. I'm okay working with ZBrush, and ZBrush has the weirdest UI ever. It has the weirdest way of zooming to stuff. It has the weirdest, most complicated ways of working. I'm okay with working with ZBrush. When it comes down to Blender, it just did not click with me. So I haven't really used it properly. All right, got the oven. Now I need something like this. I know I can change stuff in the preferences, but then again, it's meh. I haven't really like used it, if you know what I mean. All right, so now I need to find. All right. Very, very important question. How do you call that thing that's up here? This is not the stove. This is the stove. So this is the oven. What the hell? How do you call this thing? Don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. Go for it. Try it. Let me go and do this then. Alright, so I'm looking at the cookers, the cooking range. I just need that thing that has on the top. I don't need a full cooker. Okay. Hell no. Let's not make it complicated. Alright. Hey, why not? I guess cooktop. Alright, cooktop. I want to search Bing. What the hell is Bing? Cooktop. Dude, the worst thing you can do is try to make it software A is the best versus software B. The way that I see it, they're all tools, and all of those tools can do everything. So it kind of depends on what you're most comfortable doing. Like, I'm 100% sure that everything that I can do in Max, somebody else can do in Maya, and a third guy can do in Blender, a fourth guy can do in Modo, and then there is a poor guy out there who's still working with Google SketchUp, and he thinks that he can do something. All right. Okay, just need to get one. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Simple, it's nothing too complicated. Alright, I'm not even just gonna go ahead and do it this way. So go ahead, do both of these. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on Cinema 4D. They got some great stuff going on for them as well. Honestly though, if you ask me, they're all great. Like, if you're good at something, then you're good at something. Doesn't matter. Like, I would never rip on somebody for using a software like these. The great thing is that once you get to a point where you know your software good enough that when you're following somebody doing tutorial in a different software, you can translate everything to the piece that you're using. It doesn't really matter what you're using. Everything translates well. So that's why when you're like working with something that you understand, you're just looking at the workflow and you're not looking at which buttons they're pressing. That is when stuff starts to get interesting. All right, put it here. Alright, so more or less this is the size that I want to have my cooker thing. Yeah, I know. Nowadays they got like V-Ray for SketchUp and stuff. So yeah, there are people that are doing amazing work with SketchUp, but I had to rip on somebody, and I'm kind of sad that nobody was like jumped in defending SketchUp. But I guess somebody's going to try and do it in a comment later on. But none of the people that are live with me now just jumped into like try and defend SketchUp. All right, let's see. Trying to think of it. I should have done just something like this. Hell, I'm gonna do something like this. Get this thing lower, and I just need to have 4 of those. Yeah. Why make it complicated? We can just go with cylinders. Maybe these should have a different size, but God, I don't care about the size. It's just, let's get this thing down and create it. Alright, so up 1. This music. Okay, so now edit poly. And delete the bottom one. On this one, inset once, extrude once, extrude one more time, inset once, inset one more time, one more inset, and collapse. Chamfer. Like this. There we go. That's fine. One in here. Come on. You know what? Let me just save first. Because at the moment I'm still running on the recover scene. Micro apartment 03. All right, cool. Now add in the support edges here. That's gonna be fine. One in there, another one in there. Boom, turbo smooth, help with that. All right, one more edge in here. Okay, inset by polygon. Bevel. All right, turbo smooth on, and that is going to give me that look. So what I'm going to do is get this thing, select similar. What was it? Modify selection, similar. All right, great. Ring. Connect with two edges. Pinch them apart. So now with the turbo smooth on, you're going to get much more well-defined right there. And I should probably get this again, similar selection. Yeah, all of those. Chamfer. Small, very, very small range. 0.02, and this should give me, there we go. So this is where the gas comes out. This thing looks nice on the top, looks flat. Okay, cool. I probably want to get this whole piece to grow, go down. Shrink, row, like this. Okay. I got one. I need 4 of these guys. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's just add those metal things that are holding up the pots or whatever. Sir, edge. Okay. What language is this? Edge Kaisi copy carte ho. You called me a hoe. Alright, why not? Alright, so let's do the boxy thing again. There's a lot of boxing today. Where is this thing going? Okay, it's gonna go over here. Right about there. Alright. Go with 90. Yep, 90 is fine, but I will need to have one more that is going to make the turn to maybe like 45. Alright, 45. Move it up. Move this thing down. Got it close to it, closer over here. Maybe like that. That is fine. God damn it. There we go. Alright, now it's right. Yeah, delete this. And now turbo smooth, but let's just add in the extra edges. We will need to have sharper turns here. Come on, really? Boom, 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 that is done. Well, there's nothing to end in there, so it's gonna be fine. Let's just test it out with turbo smooth. Hold on shift, click. There we go. Okay, awesome. Now what I want to do is I want to affect pivot only and put it in here to go. Hell no. Alright, align to object. Yeah, center to center, it's fine. 90 degrees, 3 copies. Boom. Okay, now put this thing down. What the hell? Why is this thing not? Yeah, if I leave it like this is gonna bug me forever. But alright, got that thing sorted out. What about these? Oh, hell no. There we go. Now they're centered. Okay, get that. Select it. Gray color. It's fine. So now I need to have 4 of these spread out in here. So 1 in here. Copy. One in here, copy. And we just need a couple of more knobs here. And that's gonna be well and all. So let's just create those knobs, cylinders, nothing too complicated. Alright, so for this, edit poly. Go and extrude outwards once and insert, collapse. Delete that one. Now, how do we make this? I have no idea which ones I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these 3, pull them down like this. Now let me try and get it so it's like this. Alright, got K to that one. K to that one, K to that one, and now the rest of these should have their own smoothing group. K, And if I go ahead and do a turbo smooth with smoothing groups, it's gonna get screwy here. So let's fix that issue then. Of course, there's no need to have this edge in here then. So is that gonna screw up my smoothing groups or not? Nope. It's gonna give me that look. Couple of edges, a turbo smooth, and yeah, I can let's not do it that way. That's a shitty idea. I just select this, connect, and do it properly. 2 segments, pinch them apart like this. Deselect the ones on the back, remove the ones that we just created in here. Different approach. There is no good or bad thing. Subdivs has a different approach where you're using you're using open subdiv control handles for smoothing edges. And turbo smooth is more or less reliant on support edges to get something like this, which actually might not be a bad idea to try it out here. But turbo smooth on. Oh, you know what? I actually liked how smooth this thing is. It doesn't have those sharp edges, so I'm actually fine with this. One of those happy coincidences. Just need to make it a lot smaller. And I mean smaller, I mean not so high, so something like this. And I could maybe, I'm not saying much, but do something like this and go chamfer. Let me just try and do this. Okay, no. Make it flat on the Z. Turbo smooth on. Yeah, this can help. And just so I make sure that this thing has a perfect round, delete the turbo smooth, convert to enable poly. I want to have this thing regularized as such. Regularize this as well. So we're gonna have some better edge flows. Like such. Do I have this thing flowing well? We'll see in a second. Yep. No more issues. And what I can do is take this mid piece up here, or just make this round. Select this thing, detach as a clone. And the reason for doing this is I actually want to use this mid piece that we just extruded out from here and use it as a cap. So we get this thing to rise up. You can go down like this, go in, collapse. So one in here, one in here. Should help hold that form. Cool. So I know dark, this can be gray. Oh God, this is way too big now. Okay. This is gonna get down to 50%. So this thing continues on, it's gonna get down to 50% as well. Okay. Go down to 75, and you can just move down like this, and 2 turbo smooths, and boom, done. We need 3 more. Make him an instance. Okay, got those. Just so I don't get this thing, I'm gonna turn these like a bit so they get a different look, so they don't look like they're all just one. Okay, cool. Now just move these in so it's a bit close to this side, and boom, boom. Let's add in some edges. Want to hold this form up here, turbo smooth, and Bob's your uncle. You got this thing done. Now check the underside. Select this, grow, delete. Like this, scale inwards, move. Turbo smooth on with 1, it's fine. All right, and de-isolate, and hey, we got, god damn it, this thing is flipped around. What? Okay, so 180. Oh, really? Fine. You want to do it that way? We'll do it that way. So move these guys up to this side. Control I, remove this selection, and come on, don't crash. There we go. I fixed it. Remove that one, remove that one. All right, that's movable. That's cool. Okay, let's just make it so it's not that offset. There we go. It's fine like this. All right, looking at this, what we have here and what we have here, we're pretty much fine. We are fine. All right, cool. So we got the sofa, we got the kitchen elements here. The next thing that I want to do is probably add in some of the doors. Like, I'm missing a proper door, and that's another thing that can be really reused in multiple projects, and that's having a actual door, a proper door. So let's save this and go ahead and create a door. Do you guys have any ideas about a certain type of a door that we should create? Bear in mind, we're trying to create a door that's going to be used for the interior of the house, and not the door for the inside. Can anyone recommend between 2016 and 2018 which is the less crashable? There is no such thing as less crashable. Max loves to crash. Hell, Max has like every time you crash, somebody in Autodesk rejoices. They're like having a pizza party when Max crashes. So they're not gonna make Max uncrashable. So let's see what we do. Alright, so this thing is no longer going to be needed, so I'm going to delete that thing. Let's check the guy here, the guy friend, if he's here. Yep, size is fine. All right, door. What now? Okay, let's find a door. Door. Images. Okay, let's see something like this maybe. Now the great thing about doors like this one that we're just seeing, even though it looks like very plain, or even something like this, is that you can swap all of these elements in here. Like for example, you can have one version where all of these are wood, then a second version where some of them are gonna be like just regular glass, then a third version where they can be like a frosted glass or something like that. So that could be a nice thing to do. You can even make something like this. So all right, let's go ahead and make something like this. This is very easy and very simple to create. So let's go ahead and create something like this then. Which one do we take? Do we make something like this? Maybe something like, hell, this looks nice. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. Some of these are wood, some of this frosted glass, so you get a whole different range of like ideas you can use. Doors. Ooh, hello. This is a really shitty idea. Putting a door like this in a bathroom. Like while you're in the bathroom, someone can like look through the glass and see if you're in there. That's a crappy idea. That's a crappy design. Ooh, hello. All right, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You make something like this. This is way too simple, but this can work. Something like this can work for this piece over here. So this is the closet and this is the washer and dryer stack. Okay, a coat closet and a coat hanger. Is that it? Yeah, coat hooks. Okay, cool. Hey Shukran, no worries, man. I actually enjoy doing them. I'm having fun. Especially when I get both, not both, but most of you guys pitching in, giving your ideas. Like Sarah and Valentina have been the two most prominent people helping me out. But from time to time I get you guys to jump in with ideas, and that's when it starts to get fun. Alright, let's see now. Alright, nobody has an idea what sort of a door we should create? Oh snap, I just saw the clock. We got like 10 minutes left. Shit. Alright. Well then, let me just make something like this for the door that we have in here. And I can actually use the sliding door that I have in the this one and just make some modifications to it. Oh, and first what I'm going to do is take this handle here, Copy it over to this side. That is an instance. Let me just make it regular. And rotate 90. Flip it around 90 as well. And now let's just add it to our kitchen cabinet. Doors. So one in there. One in there, so we need 3. Alright, awesome. We got those 3. I'm gonna need a couple of more up here. As a copy. 2 more. Why is this thing so black? There we go. When I get everything to black, I can't see anything. Need some white colors in there as well. And let's try to change this. Okay, now I can see what the hell's going on. Alright, do you go in? Yes, I was doing this thing, and this thing requires me to go in. Take this, yeah, just a frame, that's fine. Copy it over. You do need to come over here as well, so I know exactly how big this thing is supposed to be. Make it as a copy. Rotate around. Alright, so now move. So not a box, but a plane. Go from edge to edge. Go to go. Nah, damn it. Fine. Like so. And this thing can go again on the Y and snap it there. And this thing can be snapped over here. Alright, so these two can fit in like this. But and you know what? I can actually leave them like this, and for the mid part I can have just one simple piece, and that piece can be either glass or it can be wood, depending on what I need. So we'll snap this thing back here. There we go. Give it a thickness of a shell with a very small, oh, not, hell no, not that. 0.5 maybe even more, or like 1. Yeah, 1 works. Shell of 1. Right, cool. So take this, go up here as a copy, and rotate 90 degrees, put it in here. I just want to put it onto the one that's on top, because when we slide this thing, it would be just logical to get this thing to go all the way up to here. or get this thing to go back, and then just slide this in underneath. If I take one more and put it here, and I can actually grab this thing, and let's see, I can move it up to about here, which is not bad. Yeah, this can work. Give it a different color, different than this color. All right. Cool. You know what? Obey, will there be an extra stream this week for the one we missed Tuesday? Just asking. That's not really a bad idea. And I want to get one more stream on onto this apartment, so just we get it finished, and then we can skip on over to another topic or another stream. So what do you guys think about tomorrow? How would you like to see the stream tomorrow? Yeah, all right, let's see what we have here. And I need a goddamn proper door here. All right, so I need a door. All right, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people saying yes. 7. False ceiling. What the hell is false ceiling? What do you mean by false ceiling? What the hell is false ceiling? Oh, you mean... Yeah. No, not for this apartment. Way too small. This thing is okay for places that have large expenses because it gives them the like allure. Yeah, I know, it's one of these guys. It gives them the allure that it's a much wider space. But if you cram it up in a small place like this one, it's not going to give it anything extra. Oh crap, I just noticed this. These guys are actually floating, actually, not flowing, but floating. Plus, I really do not want to get this thing overly complicated with the ceiling structure. All right then, it's decided. Tomorrow, I'll make another stream. I'm really kind of curious to see how many people are going to show up on a Friday stream, though. All right, so let's just do something as a test. See what the hell is going on. UV map, box. Alright, apply this thing. Do the same thing up here. Just copy this guy over. Paste as a apply it up. So now just move it the hell away because you don't want to get this thing too. Yeah, not too visible. Paste. Boom. paste, and boom. And move this thing around. All right, cool. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'm gonna make a post about it and in the community thing, and we'll see how many people turn up today. All right, turn up tomorrow, not today. Today's finished. Hell, we're done. Just really quickly get this thing, paste there, UV, paste in there, a UV, and paste in here, a UV. Oh, shit. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, let's go to boom, to those. All right, cool. Got those things in. But honestly, though, it looks like crap if those are white, or not white, but the same wood texture. So I'm gonna go Control Z and not apply that thing there. Yeah. All right, 6 o'clock. That means we are done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today. It was a fun day. We had some fun. We created some seating arrangements, like this sofa here, which kind of goes into becoming our table and stuff. We created some stuff for our texture, for our kitchen. And how come you apply wood texture without material editor? Dude, it's over here. It's on the other screen. But if I have everything on this screen while I'm working, you guys ain't gonna be able to see squat. So I have to put some of the stuff on the other screen, and that is how I can magically apply textures. Anyways, like I was saying, today we had some fun. We created some stuff. Tomorrow we will have another stream. And on tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna do a pass where we're gonna create some doors. I will need a proper door, and then we're gonna create something for the bathroom. We're gonna create some whatever the hell these kind of hangers are, the coat hooks. We're gonna make some hangers, and then we're gonna go ahead create some lighting fixtures, put them around the scene, and honestly, though, I don't think there's much more we can put into a tiny apartment as this one. So I'm going to say it one more time to everybody that's with me live and to everybody that's watching this on YouTube. You guys rock. And if you liked what you just saw, hit that like button. Make YouTube know that you guys enjoy watching these. If you'd like to go ahead and support me, now there is a join button, but that will make you actually donate money for at least a beer a month. It's gonna be like, depending on where you live, it's gonna be like either $2 or $5. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and up until then, I hope you all have a great day. Bye, people. Peace.